Okay, so I'm posting up a second salvage video of the ghost ship. I want to see if I can get a different ship, one of the heavier ships as a ghost ship. Hopefully this time. I had to go down to ship level 5. Let's go ahead and everything's fixed, everything's prepared. I should have some. No. See, what happened is after the first ghost ship, I stopped the video because it was just, you know, who's going to sit and watch 2 hours of somebody stripping a ship in a game that's not even worth 25 bucks? So I stopped the video and I paused the game, went and took care of some stuff for a few hours. I came back, and because there's no way to save the game, and that's one of the things I hate about this is you can't save a salvage. You can go into the hab, which is where I'm at now, and repair your gear, upgrade your gear if you have any available, etc. and so forth. But if you leave the game, if you exit the game, whatever ship is in your salvage bay is gone. You relinquish all the remaining profits that could be salvaged from that ship. So I paused the game for several hours, came back, picked up where I left off, and was almost done. I was at like the last maybe 10 minutes of salvage when the game just froze and crashed, and it does that periodically. And it's done that to me about 4 times. About the 4th time this has happened now. And it seems like it only happens when I pause the game for an extended period of time. So that's why I don't have anything in my data recovery menu, because it's as if I didn't even salvage that ship because the game crashed and I lost all progress on that. So I'm going to do a second one. This time the video is not going to have all of that bug report and all that stuff in the beginning. So let's get into it. See, no ghost ships. In the grade 6, there are no ghost ships. Let's see where ghost ships start. Alright, so ship grade 2. 3, 4, 5, but nothing in 6. And I really wanted something in 6. Oh well, there's a heavy cargo. Let's do that one. It's 14.5 is the estimated value of and if I'm not mistaken, this right here is the last owner. It says they don't know the name of the ship, like this is the Titania 5. Okay, I understand the Gecko now, but Hudson Industry was the last owner of the ship. Just like the last owner of this ship was Hanzo, who is Lynx's main competitor in the salvage industry. So we're going to go with the... But I think it's funny because if you look at the other screen, it says they don't know who the owner is. But it's listed right there. See, this is not a tip. See, this is cycle tip. This is not a tip. That is backstory.
Hey, Cutter. Been a while, hasn't it? Alright. Now, be a little careful with this shit.
Alright.
She's been
My fuel is never, when I leave the game and come back, my fuel is never, ever.
No distress signals. Manifest's been completely wiped. It's like they took a long walk and never came home. Just keep an eye out, alright?
He's never ever filled
Little
capacity.
green men are gonna come jumping out at you, but there might be some leftovers of the crew. We were out.
I always start off with taking everything out of off the outside of the ship that I can first. Alright, that's it. No more utility arms. Got armor plating. There's a sensor tower, some antennas. No more utility arms. Okay. Let's take that sensor tower out. Sensor array. Yeah, that's got to be released from the inside, so I have to be careful not to cut that loose. We got 4 cargo doors. Let's take a look at our work order. So we've got 16 of those AI nodes, which is what's causing the quote-unquote ghost ship effect. Where see how my HUD's kind of shaking? That's part of it. Once we get those nodes out of there, the audio will clear up. The HUD will stop shaking. My scanner will stop being all crappy. And you can see some of those nodes, those little dark red spots right there. There's some on the back of that fuel tank right there. There's one. But anyway, there's 16 of them throughout the ship somewhere. Alright, so nanocarbon metal. We need 3 of these cargo hatches. We have 4 available. 1 sensor array, which is that right there. 2 heat sinks, 6 computer terminals, 1 hoist, and a bunch of rail guide. So, alright, let's get rid of these antennas. Or antenna. And those you have to cut off. And I'll wait until, I don't, usually little teeny things like that I generally don't bother with. Although I have been known to salvage breaker lights. And you gotta be careful because I can cut. On this level of ship, as upgraded as my cutter is, I can accidentally or intentionally cut like the hull in the cargo hatch, which if that area is pressurized, yeah, that's going to be explosive. Alright, that's all I can pull from the ship at this time. So the thing that I've noticed that happens, another thing that happens with these ghost ships that is supposedly doors will open and close on their own, airlocks will pressurize and depressurize, parts of the ship will cycle their pressure all on their own. So the first thing I like to do is depressurize the ship anyway. Whoa. You can barely see him here. Let's see if they fix the heavy cargo. Well, they fixed, it's not doing it on this ship, but maybe it's just the level 6 ship. But if you get up by the cargo doors and the area you're in is pressurized, if the cargo bay is pressurized, you get up by the cargo doors, it's unpressurized. Like they've got some kind of, and I've got that on video, and I will be uploading that at some point. Alright, so now this area is depressurized, so before, so that means that in there is pressurized. Alright, I was going to release one of those cargo doors now that this was depressurized, but then I won't be able to Yeah, I should be able to get in there just fine. So let's go ahead and, so they can't repressurize, the AI nodes can't repressurize this section. For whatever reason, I can't open this. Normally you can push these and they'll just open, but maybe it has something to do with this one still being, like I said, I've said many times, the physics in this game are ridiculous. Alright, both of those are cut loose. Now, any other time those would have just started pushing away from the ship. But, there we go. So that area in there is pressurized. So we're going to depressurize this hallway. I guess it's not going to let me depressurize it. Really.
Your pressure level decreasing.
There's no reason that that area should not have, that atmosphere area there, there's no reason that it should have not been able to depressurize this section of the ship. See, it should have worked just like that. Now I could understand it not allowing me to pressurize this from out there.
Mom, I'm sorry, but I had to go.
See, this is the same
Ram
one,
always told me to look out for the
the
underdog.
same little message that he
Well, in
gave
this case,
in the previous
the
one, the
underdog
one that crashed
is our
on me.
stars. I can't sit back and watch humans pillage and plunder their way through the solar system as they spread like a cancer. They must be stopped. We must be stopped.
And I'm going to cut a hole
I can't
here
tell you where I'm going, and I can't tell you how long I'll be gone.
in the windshield, so
But I
they
can tell
can't.
you
This area can no
that
longer
I
be
am
pressurized.
on my way to find him, to find her.
And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and put these loose.
It. The machine god. And when I do, I will.
And this is stupid. Look, it's a personal terminal on top of a computer terminal. Ridiculous, people. And I pull these loose because these tend to hold the cockpit onto that section of hull. Now it seems like with this update in the last ship, when it crashed, I couldn't get the cockpit to separate from the hull. Now see, those are wall terminals. Those don't count towards your computer terminal objective. How is that a computer terminal? It's just a box. Alright. Those are all disconnected from that section of hull now. Now, used to before the patch, see where this panel is angled, and then you've got this one here. You had to come in here and cut all those away from this whole piece, which is this whole section here. For whatever reason, it's only showing the windshield. No, there's the angle. But you had to cut all it away. Well, with the update 0.2.2, you were able to just pull that whole section away and the cockpit would fall away. And occasionally these pieces would keep it connected. So, and I never had to pull these before, the storage bins, but just for shits and giggles, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect those as well because they are running across that line. And that should be it. That's furnace. That's... Alright. See that whole outline there, minus that little rectangle in the middle of where the windshield is, all of that is hull. And this used to just pull right out after the one update, but apparently that's changed. Alright, so that's
Air pressure level decreasing.
you know what? Let's do this also. I won't be able to equalize the pressure once I do this, but
Air pressure level decreasing.
it's depressurized out there. So now we can't. We're not going to be able to. This is no longer going to work. Oh, it should. What the hell? Are you kidding me?
Pressure level decreasing.
How is this pressurized and it's depressurized out there? Bug, people. Found another bug for you. Because that area out there is depressurized. But yet it's still pressurized in that room in there. Let's see. That room should be. Yep, there's. Look, still got pressure in it.
Pressure level decreasing.
Ridiculous. And it's ridiculous that all these little pieces, like whatever this is, go floating around and can slam into shit and cause damage, but I can't pick them up, I can't do anything with them. So yeah, that's ridiculous. See, that area out there was depressurized. And there's a big hole in this glass. That I just cut, but that area is still able to be pressurized.
Air pressure level decreasing.
It's depressurized in there now. But we're going to go in and repressurize it. See, I can move those pieces, I can hit them, I can do all that stuff, all those little pieces in there that are floating around, which they've disappeared now. There they are, like that, whatever that is. Old snuff tin, or I don't know, maybe it's an audio recorder, digital recorder, I don't know. But yeah, this is interesting that I can pressurize a room.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Let's see what happens. I'm just going to see what happens when I cut that window all the way out. Okay, so we're pressurized, and now we're depressurized. Okay, guys, so here's another bug for you to fix. So how exactly am I supposed to make this room incapable of being pressurized by the AI?
Air pressure level decreasing.
All right, now we're depressurized. Same thing. We're still depressurized out here. That room in there is depressurized, but yet the door is closed. All right, and I think that room there is pressurized. Nope. Okay. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Now that room can't be pressurized again. I'm going to do the same thing here, because I have a sneaking suspicion that if I go in there and cut that glass, that the same thing will happen as happened over here. So they still have quite a bit of work to do on this game. And I love how the other door just disappears. So I have a feeling if I cut that glass out, the same thing will happen as what happens in that room. All right. So none of these areas can now be pressurized again. Once I close this door and cut that door loose. I love how the doors just disappear. All right, so these sections can no longer be pressurized. All right, let's take care of the airlocks.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
All right. And rather than blow doors away, I'm just going to open this airlock up to space.
Now, Cutter, I was gonna mention these. You see those weird nodes? Lynx doesn't want them, and they don't seem to be responding to any method of deactivation. You got two ways of dealing with them. One, you burn them up with your cutting tool on the spot, or two, you chuck them in the furnace.
See, I should be able to push this up. But it's not moving at all. So let's go make sure the other airlock is. And it seems like the
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
AIs don't bother you until you start bothering them. So that's why I want this time around. I want to go ahead and get the AI, or get the. See, these should be pushing up. In every other game, I can just push on that and it will, because it's not connected anymore. It's disconnected. But I got a feeling maybe it has something to do with. This piece still being connected, or perhaps it's that cargo door. Yeah, it's not letting me. But this is what I mean by the physics in this game are ridiculous. Look. I cut that loose. What happened? The whole cargo door just fell inside. The edge of it fell. You see how it's hanging inside now? Well, apparently I can be careful with that. Apparently I can destroy that sensor array. I see the sensor array just kind of drifted off, I think. Yeah, see how it just drifted off the ship? How come this didn't just drift off the ship? I'd actually cut loose that rail guide while it was there. See, I can cut those outer panels now. I can't cut them on the rank 6, the level 6 heavy haulers, heavy cargo haulers. Now with this piece of hull, see where that heat sink is? See how it's touching that support beam? this is going to, I'm not going to be able to remove this section of hull until I remove that heatsink. And you'll see that later on. If you didn't watch it in the first video, you'll see it in this one. Alright. See, there's no reason that's... Let's try these. Yeah, see that piece is moving now. I wonder if that means the... No, I still can't get the... Nope, they still didn't move. The airlock panel still didn't move. Alright, well, let's finish cutting all these loose. Actually, I just realized, let me not cut those loose just yet. Yeah, let's drain the fuel out of the thrusters and it's funny because I can't push this with my hand. I'm holding my thrusters, but if I take my hand off and I just put my body against it, look, it moves now. But it doesn't move when I have my hand on it. What the hell, dude? Okay, that's the first time I ever saw that happen. I'm gonna lose that one. Yeah, maybe not. On the, oh, that's part of the keel, I think. I don't understand why that was attached in that fashion, but whatever. Alright, let's get the thrusters out of the way. Look, here you go. Rudders. See that section right there? That's a rudder, people. Look at the bottom, the center of the screen in the top left-hand corner, right next to the word processor. It identifies the part you're focused on, and that is a rudder on a fucking spaceship. You know, because when it's not salvaging, when this is not moving cargo through space, they use it on planetary waterways. You know, and it needs to control itself while it's going through the atmosphere and something too. And I mean, even if you just look at the rudder, it's just so. Apparently, they don't understand what a rudder is for, because those two rudders, in no way, shape, or form, in any fashion whatsoever, would cover those thrusters in order to create directional thrust. And even if they did cover the thrusters, you know, if you turn right, the rudder's going to cover, this rudder will cover this thruster, maybe, and give some sort of directional thrust. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, how come that one didn't pop off? Really? Consistency, people. This one blew off like it was under pressure. Look. Come on, man.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
That should be the entire back section should be loose now. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those AI nodes.
That's how it's done. Next one you see, just rinse and repeat.
I'll wait till those finish moving before I get rid of those.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Got one of those nodes? Sure is. Where'd he come from?
Node destroyed.
See, this, you got all these little pieces and parts on this ghost ship that are floating around now that you can't do anything with. I could move him. I wonder if I can hit him with my... Nope. But I can push into them. I can bump them, and they'll move. I'm not worried about all these little pieces.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. See, look at this. Look at all it. That heavy ass piece with cargo containers and everything still hanging onto it. I couldn't move that with 10 tethers, yet it'll just drift. Listen, guys, if you have that much tension on your cut points, you need to find a new ship design. I mean, seriously, dude, the first time you guys go into any kind of combat or any type of spatial anomaly, you guys are gonna look. Your shit's gonna fall apart, dude. If your ship has that much tension, seriously. And how come these pieces didn't break apart? If you've got that much fucking tension on the joints of your ship, you need to find another shipbuilder. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. And this is not because this is a ghost ship either, guys. Look at this. This is not because this is a ghost ship. This happens on every ship. Ridiculous. And this piece is still moving like it's under some sort of tension. Let's do this one first. Why a coolant canister should have any kind of effect on the structure of a ship is beyond me. Look at that. Boom. Look at this. It's not under any kind of pressure, people. What is this? Is that just some random piece? Yeah. And it did break away. That's good. But it shouldn't move until I move it. And I can't move that piece right there, that huge hull piece. I can't move that with my grapple gun. I have to use a tether. And even with one tether, it doesn't move like that. It moves very slow. But of course, this is both pieces. This is both the center and the cockpit piece, because they're still being held together by this piece of keel right here. Look, and they're still moving together. What, until I cut this piece here? Oh, there's probably some on top as well. No. Nope, there's nothing there. Alright, now they're starting to separate. No. But they're still moving together. Alright. Now they're separated. Alright, that's all I needed was to clear that whole piece there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted.
Oh, there's the piece that's still holding them together. Whoa. Are you serious right now?
Object accepted for processing. Credit deposited.
This is what I mean, guys. If anybody watching this video plays this game,
which I can't imagine why anybody else would watch this video unless they play this game or want to play this game. The physics in this game are ridiculous. So that you saw it firsthand. This is what I was talking about the physics being ridiculous.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
All right, let's move that forward just a little bit. Well, I don't. Nah, we can just pull that other piece out.
Caution. Order supply remote.
I haven't cut loose the top sections yet.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
I wonder if it's got enough in it to turn it at least. Nope.
Cutter, you're out of town.
Yeah, I know.
Get yourself over to the kiosk to buy some more.
I'm watching.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your patience.
I don't know if I took any damage when that piece blew up in my face or not, but
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
look at that shit. It bounced off and went somewhere. Flying way the hell over there. really just want to get these loose computer terminals out of here. And then I'm going to release that cockpit and aim it towards the barge.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I'll do it later. Where's the other fuse box at? Back there. Somewhere. Really deep things. Oh, there it is. Alright. Now let's see if they did indeed fix this like they said they did. Yay. We can now remove the hoist from the rail guides again. was cargo. A big old chunk.
Valuable object processed. Credit awarded. Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited. Processing valuable object. Credits awarded. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Oh, I forgot to fix it. See, it doesn't process.
Salvage secured. Discount credit applied.
It doesn't process the airlock console that's inside of the airlock. Okay, well apparently this one, I don't know if it processed it, but I didn't take one out. But there's one sitting right next to it, so it must have popped out. I guess if it goes in, maybe it processes. Possibly. But this one just barely hit the edge of the barge, so. There you go. But the ghost ship is just some AI nodes, and they're on your work order. You have 16 of those that you have to process.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright. So we're going to pull the processor, or the power generator. And we're going to cook the nodes off of it.
Destroyed. Node terminated. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
So yeah. The physics in this game are ridiculous.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
I don't want to pull my cockpit out. What I like to do is I'll burn away these beams that are holding the cockpit in.
Valuable object processed. Credits reported.
And then I'll pull it away from the ship. And down. And then I'll let it come to a little bit of a rest. And it just makes it easier to get everything out of that hallway by popping it straight down into the barge, or pushing it out of that hallway straight down into the barge, as opposed to pulling everything out one piece at a time. But there should be a locker floating around here. Yeah, there it is.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, you got this panel right here is separate from the rest. Notice that's aluminum and not nanocarbon. So I'm going to pull this panel straight up to the jack here. So I can cut that loose. Alright, and this panel is all good. And the easiest way to do this is just to cut it instead of trying to cut it off layer at a time, because that's kind of a pain in the ass. You know what? No, it's sitting still, maybe. And the rest of that is in the process. So let's see if we can find the rest of these. There's probably some in ECU. Yeah, there's a bunch of them in ECU.
Seems like the AI has gone all haywire in here. It's wreaking havoc on all the ship systems. Keep your nose down and your eyes up, Cutter.
Oh, that comes from. Alright, so how many do I have left? 7. I'm going to tell them where they're at. Fuel tanks, that's right. There's some 4 over there. There was 4 over here. That's twice. Every single... There was no reason for that. I wasn't even touching the tank. That's alright. At least it didn't... Yeah, it looks... I don't remember if I have fuel on my work order or not. so four more. Generally, they're on the last ghost ship. They were just kind of fastened to the aluminum panels, and it's kind of weird. But I found one just floating around. I don't see any here. Ah, I see where they're at. They're in the reactor casing. They're in that aluminum casing that's around the reactor.
Deposit accepted.
See if they're on the inside of this panel. Nope. Are they on the reactor itself? Or on the reactor plates? I don't see any. It's weird because
Processing valuable object.
oh, they're on the reactor itself, it looks like. Yep, that's gonna be a bitch. Be four of them. But one of them looks like it's on the plating. But I see all four of them.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Alright, this is going to be touchy.
Node terminated. Node destroyed.
Should be it.
Well,
Yep.
Gunner, looks like you have fully exercised this vessel. Should be safe to salvage now. Mostly.
Okay. Well, that's the ghost ship. In this particular one, you had 16 nodes, AI nodes to process.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
So I'm going to go ahead and kill this video. And I will finish processing this ship. And you notice the music and everything comes back on. Your HUD no longer flashes and blinks. Your scanner works like it's supposed to. It's not all fuzzy and scrappy and fluctuating. So that's the whole ghost ship. You salvage some AI nodes, well, don't salvage them, destroy them. And the biggest thing you got to do is, as I said in the beginning, is you have to make each section of the ship, you have to breach each section of the ship so that it can't repressurize sections on you. With a regular salvage, once you depressurize the section, it's done. It's just done. So, nothing creepy about it, just a computer system, I guess, computer nodes that are alien. And you know what? It'd be great if that turned into some sort of, down the road as they increase this game, if there was some huge like interaction with an alien race that plants these nodes on the ships and out in the frontier and all of that, it'd be kind of cool. I think, anyway. But we'll see. Alright, this one, let's go ahead and pull that heat sink loose. This one will be fun. This big chunk right here that the sensor tower was connected to. We can go ahead and drop that in. But this section of hull here, and you've seen it in my other videos if I ever get a chance to upload them, if I ever take the time to upload them. But this section of hull right here, good. See if we can cut that loose without.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
And that goes to the furnace. And now this one, we're going to tether it, but it's not going to move. I'm going to tether it to the processor. But see, it's not moving. It's not connected to anything, but this heatsink, for whatever reason, keeps it fastened to the rest of the ship. That's another bug. That was a big one in the beginning. I don't know if you guys watched the beginning of this, but having the cargo area depressurized and this room was pressurized, and I cut out this window and it made no difference in pressurization. I was still able to pressurize this, and I was able to travel between pressured and unpressurized sections through a cut window. I just thought that was fun. So let's salvage that. Alright guys, I appreciate it. If you watched, I appreciate it. I mean, it's a kind of a tedious, boring game. It really is. And that's why I usually only play it once or twice a week. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I'm going to finish this salvage after I quit the video.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Because it's really tedious. Doing the same things over and over again. The only reason I came in today was because they had the update with the ghost ship. So of course I wanted to check that out, and it was pretty interesting.
Caution, tether supplies running low.
And it would be interesting to see how they develop that in the future. Wait, some of that goes to the furnace, I think. No, it's all processor. I forget sometimes that I have to watch some of these panels are furnace and some of them aren't.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
I don't think there's. Oh yeah, you know what? There's another heat sink over here. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kill this, take a break on this game for a little bit, and come back to it.
Material deposited.
You know, I suppose I could just haul ass and knock this salvage out. But there is almost the entire hull removed off the heavy
Valuable
cargo.
object processed. Credits awarded.
Cutter, looks like
Yeah, I'm out of
you're
tethers.
right.
Alright, that's it. Killer
Head on
video.
over to the kiosk if you need more.
And I appreciate, what, 3 viewers I had that stuck around for a few minutes. And we're taking a break. Alright, guys. Have a great one.